guys, what's going on? Welcome to Rumble's Fish Room. So tonight we're getting pissed. Today's video is actually the same day as yesterday, but I'm recording it straight after yesterday's video. So we've got the PA speakers set up. This house is in the middle of the bush, like the middle of the bush. Got a bit of a bonfire. There's already a few people here. We're not going too crazy with the fire because, like, look at the surroundings. So we're not doing like a giant paddock fire. We're just doing a bit of a small one. My mate Mike, it's his birthday. This house is built by his dad. If you look, it's made out of like heaps of cool shit. Like all the posts are actual trees from the property. And like the bottom half of the house is built of rocks. It's really cool inside, guys. And there's a little back room down here. We grew up in here as kids. This is where we hung out. Looks a bit different now. It's nice and clean inside. Doesn't smell like teenagers. We've got the rig set up. Huge shout outs to the brother-in-law for letting us borrow it. Guys, I actually have a rooftop tent. It's brand new, never been used. I'm going to put it on my trailer because, well, my father-in-law's trailer's got roof racks on it, and it's like a really solid frame, like 40mm steel tube frame. So I'm going to put it on his trailer and put some legs on the trailer. I don't really want to put it on my car because if you put roof racks on 80 series, it tends to rust out the rails, and I like looking after my car. I want to keep my 80 looking as good as I can once I respray it. It's got no rust in it, so putting roof racks on it is a huge paranoia for me. I don't want to rust out those rails. So I couldn't really record much at the party, guys. There was music playing, and obviously I didn't want to turn the music off and kill the vibe. So just a bit of beer pong here, and just a couple of super slow-mos. There was two fires. There's one big one and one little one. I was having fun playing with my camera. And then just after this, we decided to go for a bushwalk at 1:30 in the morning. Followed that up with another bushwalk at 5 AM, but I didn't actually have my phone on me for that one. So here's the first one. Alright guys, so what's the time? What's the time?
1:15. So
it's 1:15 and we're walking down fire breaks.
Yeah, it's just such a bush track, isn't it?
There's a group.
I remember driving up this in a bush track once.
Lots of people. We've had quite a lot of alcohol. I'm probably going to have to trim this up because I just did a really long pause. So this is Kim. We dragged Kim out of bed.
I was nice and tucked in.
Yeah, that's Glenn. Nibbles food van, guys, go to it. Yeah, he owns a lot of food vans.
It's the most important part.
And there's Ange. She's grumpy at me because of how much I've had to drink. And that is Nat on the right and Jake on the left. Alright, I'll keep walking and I might record in a minute.
What's that?
I've got my horse riding.
What's that? Somebody needs...
That's actually really quite a good, like, bush attire, you know?
Well, I was like,
Somebody said they need a chiropractic adjustment? Yeah, I'm in guy.
Yeah.
No worries.
Do you know what?
Say it for the blog, Simo.
Chiropractic adjustments for free.
He's not a chiropractor, he's like
I'm not an official chiropractor.
he's like a first year at uni.
I'm not even anything uni level chiropractor.
He's at uni, that's all I know. Hey everyone, so as you just saw there, last night was pretty wild. We ended up bushwalking until 5:30 AM. We went on that 1:30 walk, we went back to the camp, had a few more drinks, and then about 3 o'clock we left, and I don't know, any of you guys been down that Yelling Up way? It's dense bush. And like, our only point of reference is we could hear the waves breaking, so we knew what way the water was, and that's how we got back to the house. My mate who used to live out there as a kid, he was like, yeah, I know where we're going, but turns out when you're blind drunk and you haven't been there for 10 years, shit changes and it doesn't look the same. So I am struggling today, but I've got some news. So, Sally the Flowerhorn has laid eggs. Charles's tube's down and he's got damage on his head. So he's thrashed against this divider, I'm guessing. I'm hoping, if you look, see, no, it's not going to work. The eggs are right there on the divider, so I'm hoping that a couple might be fertile. I don't care how many of this batch are fertile. All I want is one female. If I get one female out of it to cross back with him, that'll be a successful first batch for me. So yesterday when I left, literally 27 hours ago, she didn't even have a tube down, and I come home to eggs. That's like pretty crazy. But this girl here had her tubes down, has her tube down, halfway down, and so I thought I was going to come home to eggs on her plate, but then these ones. So I'm really struggling with Flowerhorns at the moment. It's so much harder than Africans. I don't know if I'm saying that because I've got so much history with Africans that I find them easy, but like, obviously you have aggression and shit, but you just like throw a tank full of Africans and then take the eggs. You don't have to time it. Like, timing is so crucial with these guys. Like, you can't just put them together because they try to kill each other. I'm having a bit of an anti-fish day, guys. It's probably because I didn't go to bed till 6 in the morning and then got up at 8 and drove home. Frustrating. Alright, so task at hand. While being ridiculously hungover, I have to move those fry from there to this tank. Now, I think he's a keeper boy, so I think I'm going to put him down there. Her, Sharon, she's going to go in a basket in the pond. She's fading, so she's just a bit of an experiment, really. I don't know if I'm going to breed with her or anything, but I really just want to see what colour she turns out. Alright, let's get moving fish. So I've emptied this tank for them. I think there's actually way more than I thought. I was scooping them up like 30 at a time, and it was just like scoop after scoop after scoop. I'm old school acclimatizing these. We've got the hose going. Really, the water parameters shouldn't be much different. I think maybe this tank might be a degree or two warmer than that tub. But I'm just going to play it on the safe side. They are very small fish. So I actually feel like a bit of a drug dealer, guys, weighing up 0.14 grams of powder. How cool is that? Looks wicked. I love it. Methylene blue fascinates me. Like brown powder goes blue. Strange shit. Alright guys, you ready to see how much an air stone actually moves water around? So people worry about circulation in their fish tanks. That there is just an air stone. That shows you straight away how much bubbles circulate your water. So I'm never one to worry too much about tank circulation. Between like heat exchange and all that sort of thing, I don't really believe in dead spots in tanks unless, yeah, I just don't. That's just my opinion, but there's definitely no science behind that. That's just what I think. So, I think it might be a little bit too strong. I did 0.14 grams of powder to 40 litres, but I don't think this tub is quite holding 40 litres. I pulled some water out. I was thinking about replacing it with plain water to try lighten it up a bit. Take the air stone out, give you a bit of a better look. You can't even see the eggs, but yeah, I don't know. It definitely seems darker than the last batch that I hatched. So we've got the eggs in there. Fingers crossed, guys. I'm extremely hopeful. I've got the plate was set up like this, so just there, where's my finger? Just there's a 1 centimeter gap roughly underneath, so there's a chance he fertilized it. I've got meth blue, so even if only a few are fertilized, fungus won't be an issue wiping them out. So number one goal first up is I want a female from these two to breed back with him. So that's goal number one. If I can get one decent female silk from the batch, it'll be a successful batch for me. I don't care, this batch has nothing to do with selling. This is me creating the best Thai silk line I can. I do not have any plans to sell any one of these fish in a hurry if they do end up being fertile. So my male Fusco started smashing the girl. So he's going into solitary confinement until I decide what to do. I've only got a pair of these left. This is my second batch of Fuscos. So I've bought 30 in total, and I've ended up with like 3 girls out of the 30, and I've only got 1 left because I had like disaster the other day, and the 1 girl that I have left is from the first batch I ever got, and I managed to pull her from the group of males, like when I realized that it was like 90% male and the tank started to turn into World War III. I ripped that female out, and I actually grew her up with the Benga. So she's older than the new ones. So that's the only fish that I kept from the first batch. And the idea was bigger girl will be able to tolerate them better. And it did work, but he's just had a huge growth spurt and overtaken her. And he's killed another male and another female. So I've got 2 smaller males in the house, so I might swap him out yet, but I'm going to give her time to recover first. Alright, I'm going to wrap today's video there, guys. I'm sorry there wasn't that much footage from last night. I really wanted to make a rowdy video. but the problem was there was music playing, and and obviously copyright laws, and I didn't want to like kill the vibe by pausing the music to vlog. But there's some decent fish content in this one, and all you guys that made it to the end of the video, you know I love you. I'll see you tomorrow.